Oh, and another thing that's really bothered me is in Return of the Jedi, where I mean the Ewoks, they actually think that C-3PO is a god, and it's like I've always wondered, well, how did they get the Ewoks to fight with them against the Empire? You know, I hope they didn't get 3PO out there to say like, well, I'm your god, so you should fight these people because I'm God. And I'm just like, that would have just been a really, really dick move for them to do. And you know, even though I don't know, maybe I probably would have done it too, but I mean, to put in a movie like that, I don't know, maybe that's like a deleted scene and they're just like, no, that's too dicky, let's let's just have the Ewoks do it anyways. Which is, but it's still, I wonder if that power couldn't have been corrupted somehow. It's like after the rebels win, uh they just get the Ewoks to do all the dirty work and just pay 90% taxes or something like that. And every time the Ewoks start questioning it, they send 3PO out there and it's like, well, I'm your god, so you have to do it. And another thing that bothers me is with is the original one, A New Hope, and I always I in Star Wars A New Hope, I never really liked Luke Skywalker, to tell you the truth, especially at the beginning. You know, he seems to have a nice thing going. He seems to have a nice job. He has a nice family, and he's just constantly complaining. And what he's constantly complaining about, he's like, I want to go off and join a space war. And I'm just like, what a jerk. And and then when he comes home and his aunt or uncle are dead, I always think to myself, well, now you know what it feels like to be in a space war. Are you so eager to join it now? But at the same time, I like the sort of theme where, it's like, I don't, I know the way that, current affairs are going. I know they're horrible, and I know, I should probably get involved, but I don't want to get involved. That sort of that theme. You see it with Luke and Han Solo in the first movie, and you see it with Lando in the second movie, and actually I think that Lando, in a lot of ways, does it in a more interesting way. But I just love how they're talking to Lando, and he's like, and he's the head of this mining thing. They're mining in the Cloud City. How that works, I'm not sure, but he's basically this big business owner, and he's saying, hey, look, I got all these responsibilities. I gotta work with all this new equipment, all these new employees, and have to find buyers, and it's I got so much work to do. I just can't get involved, with the rebels, and and what's worse is he actually betrays them. He's actually goes on the side of the Empire for a while, and he's like, no, I'll just deal with him. If I can just deal with him, then maybe it'll be okay. And it just and of course, the famous line, this deal gets worse all the time, and it just gets worse and worse and worse until he can't stand it anymore. And I think it's the way a lot of people are. They're just like, I can't get involved with with changing the world now. I got all this responsibility, and things will work out if I just compromise a little. If I just compromise a little, it'll be fine. And until you compromise too much, and it's not fine. Which it's just it's just a great story. It's a great concept. But of course, like, I mean, people, they're always saying, what's the best movie of the original three, and most people, say The Empire Strikes Back. I really think the original Star Wars: A New Hope, it overall is my favorite because it's just, it's introducing uh, all these all these weird characters. I like uh, just introduction stories, and I like to watch it and just almost, pretend, even though probably the first time I watched it, I was 6 months old, so it's just always been a part of me. But I just try to imagine what it would be like to be, with of a semi-sentient mind and watching it for the first time, and it's just weird to be like, I mean, just the whole idea of, when you first meet all the characters, where they're just so bizarre, really, if you stand out and look at it, from an objective view. I mean, just the whole idea where Darth Vader walks into that, through that door the first time, it's just like, just imagine seeing him for the first time. It's just kind of like, who is this guy? What, he is just one of the most bombastic characters, in all of movie history, where he's just kind of like this, this cross between you know, a samurai Dracula and an astronaut, and he's just all in black, and it's just kind of like, what is with this guy? Which is, like, one of the reasons he's just goes down as one of the greatest villains in all movie history is I mean, he really gets, you see him the first time, he really gets attention.